Greetings. I hope your day is going well. So, I had an incredible morning, right? It was incredible because I was on a call, one of the calls that I get on regularly, the Love Journey. You might be familiar with Janine Ann Ingram. She's the host of the Love Journey. And this morning I had a doctor's appointment, so I wasn't going to get on. I was thinking, oh, I'll sleep in because yesterday I went to work. I practice law. I represent people who had just been arrested. So I went to work yesterday morning. I got up at 5:30 to get there by 8 o'clock. So I was going to sleep in a little bit today. But my spirit told me to hop on the Love Journey, which I do most days. Love Journey is on 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and I'll give you the information before I am done here. Okay, so I decided to hop on, and I'm so glad that I listened to my spirit. And Janine had two incredible women on today, two amazing sisters on today. So I just want to share a little bit what I got from that today. And I want to inspire you. I hope that I support you and inspire you how these sisters and the way that these sisters inspired me, because we all need inspiration. And I want you to know that if there's anything that you're up to, there's anything that you want to do, don't try to go it alone. It doesn't mean that you have to get a coach, but you really do have to, and to feed your spirits, feed your mind, inspirational, spiritual, uplifting information and inspiration on a daily basis, because we live in a culture that really wants to tell us who we are and who we're not, right? And so if you're going to remember who you really are, then you have to immerse yourself into environments that constantly remind you that you are limitless. So that's really what they were talking about today, that we are limitless. Now, let me tell you, I really want to talk to you about trusting yourself, and why that's so important, because let me tell you something. We have been taught not to trust ourselves. And I remember when I was in my 20s, and even before that, I remember as early as me being a little girl, 10 years old, I really, really wanted to be a lawyer. Now, I had no examples in my family or around me, and Perry Mason wasn't it. But I really, really wanted to be a lawyer. I don't even know where I got this idea from, that I could be a lawyer, right? But guess what? Because I believed and I just pined for that, I wanted so badly to be a lawyer, that everything that I needed came into my life and blessed me. My daughter's dad is a lawyer. And when I met him, I had graduated college, and I was secretly holding the desire to be a lawyer. But I didn't really, he didn't know right away, because it was something it was a secret desire in a sense, because I was no longer talking about it. Because prior to meeting Elijah, I was married, and my husband at that time was supportive of me becoming a lawyer to some extent. He had ambivalent feelings, to be quite honest. But at that time, I had attempted to get in law school when I was with my husband, and I didn't get in. And so by the time I met Elijah, I had still had that dream. It was like a simmer. It's like a fire that is burning low, but it was still there. And so one day he asked me, we were in Annapolis in an apartment. He was in politics, and he still is. And he asked me, he said, what do you want to do? What do you want to do for the rest of your life? What with the rest of your life? And I told him, I said, I always wanted to be a lawyer. And he said, well, do it. That was a Sunday. I remember it like it was 2 weeks ago. And then the next day, we were applying. I do mean we, because he was the wind beneath my wings. We were applying for law school. And I would say 6 months later. No, it was August. 8 months later, I was in law school. So where does this trust come in here? Trust come in. Where does trust? Trust. We are taught not to trust ourselves. The whole society will tell us to trust other people, other people's advice, other people's way of doing things. Trust them. Don't trust yourself. Don't trust yourself. And so when I became a lawyer, I trusted myself because I had that desire and I pursued it and it came true. When I desired to go to Paris, I trusted myself. I ended up going to Paris. I've been there 3.5 times. It's a joke because I've been there the half time is when I went there and it was a layover. I was on my way to South Africa. I trusted myself to write 3 books. I trusted I could do it even though I had never written a book. My first book, Love Addicted, I was able to write it because I trusted that I can do this even though I've never done it before. So what I'm asking you to do is think about the stuff that you want to do, you wanted to do, and you stop believing you can do it because people have told you you can't. So trust is about when you get that nudge, that little inkling to do something. I call it an intuitive hit. When you get that, trust is to go ahead and do it. Like you, right now, there's something that spirit is telling you to do. There's something in you that's telling you to either write a book or telling you to relocate. There's something in you that's telling you to go to a particular place because that might be where you meet your partner, the love of your life. There's something in you right now telling you to do something. And I'm asking you to trust that. You don't have to know why. Because when that little nudge comes, you don't get why. It doesn't tell you why, it just tells you to do. So if it's a phone call you need to make, if it's a place you need to go, maybe it's a trip you've been thinking about taking and you've been like, you can't justify doing it, or I don't care what it is, you know what it is. And I'm asking you to trust yourself. And not only this one time, but begin to trust yourself. And I'm going to ask you to meditate and get still and be still because there's something about stillness then you begin to learn how to listen within. We have to learn to listen within. Okay, so trust. Trust yourself. Trust that you are smart enough, that you're pretty enough, that you're tall enough, young enough, old enough, that you're educated enough to do whatever it is that you are being led to do. Because let me tell you something. Nobody would have been able to tell me that I would go to law school and graduate law school and not owe anybody a brown penny. And I'm going to tell you for real, I have no idea how it happened. How I graduated from law school. At the end of the time, I bought a house. And I was in my last year of law school and I bought a house. Nobody would have been able to tell me that I could do that, but I trusted. And I'll tell you this. There was a time when I stopped trusting myself. I started listening out there, listening to what people were saying about what it means to be a black woman. And I experienced a lot of losses. No worries, no regrets now, because I believe that I needed to experience that to be where I am now. Because there's somebody who's experienced a lot of losses or is experiencing some losses now, and they think they can't get up. And I'm here to tell you can get up. Not only will you get up, but you'll get up stronger, better, more empowered. Trust. Trust that your dreams can come true. Dream a bigger dream. I'm going to tell you this morning, listening to the Love Journey, and let me just give you the information now because I think it's a beautiful thing. The Love Journey is, you could call, I'll tell you what, I'll put the information down in the box, and I'm going to ask you to subscribe to my channel as well. So I'll put the information, how you can hop on the Love Journey in the box. And I'm going to close now. But I want you to trust yourself. If you want anything, just know that the God within you, the Goddess within you, wants that for you, and you can have it. You don't have to know how, beloved. You don't have to know how. That's not your job to know how. Just believe in yourself. Believe that it's possible. And do the damn thing that scares you. Because let me tell you something. Just on the other side of fear is what you want. I'm Deborah M. Ricks. I'm the founder of Sisters Gathering to Heal. I'm your book midwife. I'm an editor and an author. And I am a mother, an attorney. And really all of those things are titles. And what I want you to know is that if you want to reach out to me to get some help with a book, or you want to join this the mailing list with Sisters Gathering to Heal for Black women, those are my people. SistersGatheringToHeal.com. The information will be in the box, and you could join the mailing list. Until the next time, trust you. Trust your instinct. Trust your gut. And let me tell you, your life will never be the same. I'm your girl, Deborah M. Ricks. Until the next video. Smooches.